Greetings! In this video, I'm going to assign samples into my A part of my song that I sampled from my Korg Kaoss pad. Check it out! 2 videos ago, I sent a line out from my MPC Live. It went into my Kaoss pad and I sent it back into my MPC Live. And I resampled a snare drum with several effects on it. Okay, so I already went through the B part of my song, the B section of my song, and I put some samples into various places in that part of the song to give it some variety. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to the first part of my song. And although the sample in the first part of the song, the snare is a different snare, the effects that I used make the other snare sound completely different. So I'm going to go ahead and insert some effects here. Check it out. So I have sequence 1 here and I need to find the track that I used. So basically I used track 7 and I used drums 2. Okay, and I used the B bank, so I went ahead and clicked the B bank there. And okay, so I have a bunch of samples in there, okay? So what I'm gonna do is take some of these samples. So you can hear, even though all these samples are sampled off the same single snare drum, they sound completely different. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start my sequence.
MPC Live.
Right. So I think, actually the last sample I played, I'll go ahead and put that sample in there. So that's pad 13, and I'll basically swell that in into the next part. So somewhere around here on the last beat, or the last measure here. And go ahead and hear what this sounds like.
MPC.
So I think I want to have it come in earlier on the grid, so I'm going to go ahead and select it and nudge it. Probably a full measure back. So let's hear what this sounds like.
MPC Live.
Now it stopped too short, so I'll bring it in. Let's hear it here.
MPC.
I think that was perfect. So what I'll do is I'll keep that there, and then I'll have it come in with that swelling, the sound swelling, and then have it rip into something else, like the hi-hats coming out of it. Let me show you what I mean. So I have that sound, and I can use one of these sounds. Like, probably that one. So I can use that at the beginning of the next measure. Check it out. Sequence 1, sequence 2. Right here, I'll go ahead and put the drum track back in there. And I'll use drums 2 on track 7. Keeping my tracks consistent here. Drums 7, track 7, track 7. And what sound would it say? I think it was pad 10. So let me go ahead and draw pad 10 into the first measure here. Right there. That sounds pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and bring the velocity down. Something like that, okay. So I'll go back to the first one, maybe bring the velocity down on this note as well, a little bit. I basically, when I went through and sampled the samples, I had the volume really high. And on top of that, I went ahead and normalized it, so all of my sounds are really loud.
MPC Live.
So I'll do something like that. It's creative, right? And then that's going to kick it on there, so I don't really want to do anything. There's enough going on. But at the end of this third sequence, I want there to be a pause in the drumming and then have like a weird sound going in to the next section. So it's like the sound comes in and it's like ripping the next section open, or it's like ripping a hole in the sound space continuum and having the next section come out of it. So here's the sequence. Okay, so at the end of it, right here, right there, like that last measure or that last half a measure, I'm going to snap the drums out and then put a weird sound effect. So I'm going to go to the drum track, which is track 6. I'm going to find the last little measure here. Try this much first. And then right there on the 4th bar, 4th beat, I'm going to put that next note in. So let me go to track 7. I'll just try a couple things. So let me come here. Let me put this on the last bar just so I can hear that last bar. Find my pad. There's my pad there. I'll draw a note in right there. And I'll probably actually pull it over a little bit. Nudge it. Just experimenting here. Let's try it. You know, I could try something else. Let me try B11 again. Or let me try B11. I think that sounded perfect. I'm going to go with that. All right, so at this part of the song, that sequence is coming in, so it's going to be a new track. So I want to add like a weird drum roll and make it come into the next sequence. Okay, so go ahead and use track 7 again. Use drums 2. That's overkill. Pad 4. So I'll use pad 4 kind of like right here at the end. Let me hear it. I'm telling you, this is my quick and dirty getting started with MPC Live. There's not a whole lot of blending I'm doing in this, so I'm making it too complicated. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. Okay, so I think I'm going to put it right there, and then I'm going to go into the next sequence, which I have B part, but I think I'm going to use this part and skip over the first B part, and I want it to morph into that. Like, let's hear it. Oh, I got to set my program again. So I'll use track 7, drums 2. Perfect. Not that one. I think that sounds cool. So I'll draw this one. Right at the beginning. So let's hear that. I think that sounds cool. I think that's it. Cool. So that concludes this video. Go ahead and check out my next video if you want to see what I'm going to do next. This is a part of a video series, the quick and dirty getting started with the MPC Live. Basically, I'm starting a song and finishing a song. From beginning to end, I record every step of the way, and it's a fun process. Go ahead and check it out. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing if you enjoy this content. I'm going to come out with more content as I go. My name is Matthew. Whatever your art is, continue to create, and I'll catch you in the next video.